tell you this is the highest budget movie.
Apparently this is the biggest budget, 70-80 crore रुपए लगे हैं.
Everything that any other big budget movie has done in Pakistan, plus we've done the VFX as well. All of it in
locally.
Pakistan, locally.
We're at the shoot and I call him one day. I'm like, dude, there are issues. There's some issues happening with the VFX and everything, and we're thinking of shelving the film. 2 days later, he's pumped up and he's like, we're gonna do VFX in Pakistan. And I'm like, how? They're like, I have a plan.
I have no idea but we are going to do it.
डायरेक्टर्स और प्रोड्यूसर्स को एक चीज से बाहर निकलना है. ये फिल्म ब्राइट होनी चाहिए. आपको फिल्म स्कूल में गॉडफादर की लाइटिंग पढ़ाते हैं, उसमें जितना शैडो यूज हुआ है, हमने हर चीज को केक बनाना होता है.
You do any of your own stunts?
All of them. But there was one scene that we were doing, that was me and Ali. So firstly, fighting in sand.
This role when you first offered it,
They go like, we're working on Umru yaar, and I said yes. I didn't know what character they were offering me.
Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to another episode of How Does It Work, a podcast by Pro Pakistani. We have two very special guests today. We have the actor Usman Mukhtar on the podcast and director and screenwriter Asfar Jafri. Thank you both for being on the podcast.
Thank you
for having us.
Acha, before I get into the real big story जो आजकल चल रही है about your film, I actually wanted to start with Usman. एक्चुअली मेरा सवाल बचपन से है, जब से आप कुछ खास वाले आपने 10 ways to sweetness वाले ज़माने की मैं आपसे सवाल पूछना था. Have you seen 10 ways to sweetness by the way? Yes. I think. But
that's how I think everybody knows Usman Mukhtar.
I think that's his best work. I'm sure you could go on and win an Oscar now. Like that was amazing when I was a kid.
And there was another Shera.
हाँ मुझे शेरा भी याद है. अच्छा, मेरा सवाल ये था कि why does everyone call you Joey?
Well, I mean, goes way back, 2004, 2005. Couple of my friends started noticing that I don't like sharing food. And I'm very specific about that. I'd be like, Acha, if you want to order something, I will order it for you. It's not about me being conjuice or anything. But I just don't like people picking stuff up from my plate. So then they started calling me Joey, and
That's because of that show.
The show Friends. Yeah, makes sense. Joey Chandler type.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Acha. And from Joey, you've now gone on to, now you're going to play a superhero. There's been a crazy sort of journey, I'm sure, right? How excited or were you nervous about this role when you first offered it? Was this something you've always wanted to do?
Surprisingly, I wasn't nervous at all. I mean, when he called me, and Asfar likes keeping secrets, which is a very annoying thing about him. So I met him before COVID. And a friend of ours, he's also a journalist, Umair, was here. So we went to Jesse's and we sat there and we were talking. And then Asfar just said, darmiyan mein conversation, that there's something I'm working on and I'll tell you about it. I forgot, I mean, 8-9 mahine guzar gaye, and then peak COVID mein, Asfar calls me up and he's like, oh, there's a thing that I want to talk to you about. So can we meet? I said, yes. He's like, you have to come to this office in F8 and I will explain what the project is. I can't tell you over the phone. I said, man, this suspense. So I went to the office. I met the producers there, Huma and Jay. And Asfar go like, we're working on Umru yaar. And I said yes. I didn't know what character they were offering me. I just said yes because this is a story that I've heard since I was a child. And I think हमारी generation सबने ही पढ़ी हुई है. So I just said yes. And then he explained like the story to me, and then he said, this is the villain, Lakka, ye wo. And I said, now the villain was written really nicely. So I said, who's going to play Lakka? And he got like Farhan Tahir. And at that point, I was 100% sure that he's pranking me. And I was like, कोई हनीफ राजा आ जाएंगे, कहेंगे कैमरे के सामने हाथ हिला दें, आपके साथ प्रैंक हो रहा है. Because I mean, what are the chances that I get to play Umru yaar and then I'm opposite the guy who made Iron Man's life hell.
Yeah. The original MCU villain, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be the Mandarin at one point. So I mean, it was insane. And I remember some of the actors that were that are in the film, Osama and Salman, we would outside the office before leaving, गाड़ी के पास खड़े we would fanboying over the fact that we're going to be in the same film as Farhan Tahir. You know, it is crazy. So I mean, that's how I got approached.
And when did you sort of decide? How were you familiar with the story? मतलब आपने बचपन में पढ़ी थी, and when did you decide that this is, you know, your next project, and why did you decide that this is your next project?
I actually got approached by the producer, and they were the ones who suggested that we should make a film on Umro Yaar. And yes, I read Umro Yaar when I was young, but it was their idea. We went through the original book again for that reason, Dastan-e Amir Hamza, which was commissioned in 15th century by the Mughal emperor. So when we read that, you know, I knew this is something that we can't actually shoot in Pakistan at this stage. The industry is not that developed. We don't have that kind of infrastructure that is needed to do such a thing. And I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about when it comes to the scale that you read in Dastan-e Amir Hamza is like such a, you know, expansive fantasy that it is. So what I suggested was maybe we should come up with original story of our own, but deeply, you know, embed the original content into it somehow. And so they liked the idea. One aspect, by the way, I'm going to clarify what exactly is there in the original story that I think we can't at the moment we're ready to show to the world, in Pakistan especially, is the fact how Umro Yaar gets his powers. You know, and you have to show that. If you're starting an original story, you don't show that you're probably doing injustice to the audience as well. You know, they need to know how he gets his powers. And if you read the book, you will understand why I'm saying it's not that simple.
But could you have said it in जिस तरह जो मुझे समझ आती है ancient Arab lands में the original setting is for the story. Let's say for example, अगर मैं just I hate to compare films, लेकिन Mola Jat had a medieval feel to it, and that kind of helped a lot of people because it, you know, took you away from जो current society है या जो भी है. Do you feel like the scenes could not have been shot in the original timeline because of the way it was?
That could have been done. I'm talking about the theoretical side, like the fact how he receives his powers.
Achha.
You know, at this point.
Achha.
I personally think everything and other than that would have been possible. Although a lot of people were naysayers at that time, my producers approached a lot of other filmmakers as well at that time, and they said, no, this is not possible in Pakistan. I said yes. The only reason was this fact that, you know, I was not prepared myself even to touch upon that subject, how he receives his powers, or even Hamza. If, let's say, if we were to make a film on Amir Hamza, you know, it's something that we need to be, you know, we need solid foundations to first of all even try doing that. But the fact that, like, the story is actually from the 800s, the original book.
Okay.
And it was commissioned in the 15th century, obviously. The region is actually subcontinent that story is based on. This, like, Iran's Badshah, Naushirwan, you know, he had this wazir called Bazorj Meher, who's an actual historical figure. He is the one who predicted that, you know, there will be 3 people who will come and save you from some enemy from the east. So he says, the Basha says, oh, bring them to me, you know, I'm going to, you know, give them Mashrafiyah and all that. So he said, they're not even born yet. They said, really? So where are they? They're going to be born in Makkah. So he says, take all these chests, these Ashrafiyahs and everything, go there and make sure that, you know, their upbringing is, you know, at my expense and everything. So he travels there, he waits for them to be born, and these 3 characters, Maqbal, Hamza and Umro Yaar, these 3 characters are born, and they're brought up in that region. And when they come of age, they travel towards this side, the subcontinent side, and they actually fulfill that prophecy जो उसकी ख्वाब में भी था. And so this was the original book. Like मैंने बहुत quick fast forward mode में आपको सुनाया, and the actual story is actually a romantic story. It's a love story of Hamza and falling in love with the Badshah's daughter, and, you know, stuff like that. So Umro Yaar was someone जो के became very popular in this region, especially in the Pakistani belt area. And because of that, in the 19th century, more writers came together and they started, writing more stories about him, and Hamza as well. They used the same characters, but they gave him even more powers. And that book is called The List Mein Hosh Ruba. And from that book onwards, everybody especially in Pakistani belt, they took inspiration and they started writing booklets, the mini booklet. And that's what we have grown up reading. So that's the actual history.
और उन मिनी बुकलेट्स में जिस तरीके से वो कैरेक्टर डिपिक्शन है, he's जुगाड़ू सा होता है, I wouldn't say he's a thief, but he's a little careless.
That they've taken from the original.
They've taken from the original. Yeah. Is that the character that Usman is going to play as well? How similar are those roles?
I just told you that this is like an original story, and I wanted to connect it with the original content as well. My character, my protagonist is basically Amr, who's a descendant of Amr Yar. And not just this character, there's another character which is played by Sanam Said. It's Meena, who's the descendant of that Buzzard's Mahir, that Ayyar who predicted that these three are going to come and save the throne. And then the third is Maqbal, who was the third partner, Hamza's accomplice, who had this power of, he had a bow and arrow and never missed his shot. So we have a descendant by the name Maz, which is played by Ali Kazmi. So we have like kind of made connections like that. And we have added an additional lore after like Amr Yar, what happened after Amr Yar. Because after Amr Yar, we don't hear anything, And what happened to the Ayyars? The Ayyars were originally they were the confidants, the advisors to the kings and queens. But what happened? So after Amr Yar, who was a great leader at that time, it was like the golden opportunity for the evil forces to take over, to take revenge on Ayyars, because they're the ones who were fighting for the, the good, actually. Yeah. So they decide that, okay, let's just start getting rid of them one by one. And they do that exactly. And at one point, the Ayyars realize that, okay, we're losing our control. Let's just go in hiding and, just work on ourselves first. Let's just find that leader that we need. And then once we find that leader, which is, by the way, also, it is prophesized that there is a leader who has the same powers, similar powers and same powers like Amr Yar. But he doesn't know that yet. And we don't know where he is. We just need to find him. And so that's basically what our lore is all about, the current film. So Amr is, Usman Mukhtar is playing the character Amr, who is that descendant, and he doesn't know it yet. And the reason for that is obviously explained in the film, why he doesn't know that yet.
And why did you think Usman was the right fit for that role?
Well, I was actually pranking him.
Acha.
Yeah, he still is. I think
I was pranking
him.
I was pranking him. I didn't ever meant to cast him in the film. I was just joking around. He took it too seriously, and then I had to okay, fine. Yeah.
Then I started hallucinating, and I till this day, by the way, I feel like till the film is released, I still feel like there is a chance that they'll be like, all right.
No, jokes apart, he's the only one I could think of as Amr Yar in present times.
Were you thinking of that when you were writing the character? Because obviously this is a fresh character.
Both me and my writer were thinking that. You can ask him even right now if you want to confirm. What's the first name? What's the first name that came to our minds? Together, we were in the room and we were just coming up with names. Okay, who can play that? Who can play that? We came to Amr, and the first name we wrote down. I wrote in my script. I said, okay, Amr is Usman Mukhtar, and when we tallied, he also wrote Usman Mukhtar. So that was like a very big.
But I have a question. Why though? What was the reason?
I'll tell you why. Because I think he is one of those chameleons, who can transform into different anyone.
I'm walking out of this interview. I don't need anything now. He's just said that I was the first. By the way, I still till this day I didn't know that I was the first choice.
Acha.
I'm
glad you got to know that.
He was, obviously, I as a filmmaker, and I think he will agree, and anybody who's into filmmaking agrees that what matters is the performance, the acting, more than anything else. Whether you're a star or you're not doesn't matter. The acting part matters, and he is a good actor.
Yeah,
You know,
no
we
doubt,
all know
no
that.
doubt.
We discussed the Kuch Khas time. The reason
There
why we are
onwards, yeah.
talking about that is because that was good performance.
At that time,
we were
yeah.
sold on that.
Yeah, for sure. And then through the theater days, etc. Achha, I have a question. जो थोड़ा सा, I've always wondered this. Bollywood बहुत बड़ा है, right? And they've done all sorts of films now. अब ऐसा तो नहीं है कि वो सिर्फ वही rom-coms बनाते हैं. अब तो काफ़ी diverse content निकलना शुरू हो गया बॉलीवुड से. But इस region में ना सुपर हीरो जॉनरा अभी तक किसी ने, मेरे ओपिनियन में, एंड फील फ्री टू डिसएग्री विद मी, उस तरह कॉन्कर नहीं हुई मे बी बॉलीवुड से जिस तरह वी थॉट. क्रिश थी, आई थिंक रावण थी, इस तरह फिल्में थी, मे बी देयर वर मोर जो मेरे भी जहन में नहीं आ रही. लेकिन व्हाई इज इट दैट Bollywood, do you think it could, because they have all the VFX, all the, you know, big budgets, all of those things, जो उनके लिए तो कोई issue ही नहीं है. Why was this genre the one that नहीं उनसे शायद conquer हुआ, या इस region में
हम लोगों से नहीं हुआ,
हम लोगों
generally.
से, yes,
अभी
हम
तक.
लोगों से, exactly.
I think I broke it down actually for myself even whenever I look at these films from the West or even from the East, like go to the Japanese cinema or any other for that matter, whenever they touch on this subject like this, the sci-fi superhero genre, they use common sense a lot, and they try and make it local as well. And that's what I tried doing with this film as well. Like, you know, I think if, let's say, I were to make The Matrix here in Pakistan, so if you have a scene in which, you know, you have a lot of computers around you and then people, you know, saying their dialogues, Urdu, obviously, it sounds funny to our audience. Like, they start making fun of.
Unbelievable.
Come on, who talks like that, you know? And I understand why they would think that, because they're used to the Western films, you know, who have this, like, nailed this exactly the way it should be done. That's what we think, that's how it should be done. Nothing, there's no other way. That's what I tried to break with this film as well. Like, okay, we have some technology in our film as well. We're using computers, we're using a DIY device, but I made it so local that my hero is from Pakistan. We all know where Pakistan stands. We know where we stand in terms of technology. We know that as a normal person, and I'm not like, if somebody is funded by the government or the, you know, any other organization, then it would have been like, okay, he has super brooms and everything. But this guy is a normal, he's a professor, and he teaches quantum physics. He himself learns quantum physics. He himself has created this DIY machine to scan objects, right? And why is he trying to scan it? He's trying to see energy in its truest form, and that is actually E is equal to mc square. And at the same time, this character is trying to, you know, break those limits, those boundaries, that those limitations that he's facing in this very region. He knows that he doesn't have the resources to pull this off, so he is trying to you know, break free from that and go to CERN even. Although, funny thing is, this is a kya naam hai, disclaimer as well. This part is something that probably people won't get to see in all regions, because this will be taken out to just fit in the duration. Yeah. But people will get to see this in the OTT release for sure. Right. But anyway, point is that you know, this character is a scientist, and he's doing everything on his own, building everything on his own, and whatever limitations are put onto him, you know, he's trying to break free from that. That is very believable. That's what you see in Pakistan. Every other, you know, we sent our what do you call it, satellite to the moon through another country's, you know, rocket. That was like that. We got we saw that first photograph from that probe as well. You know, so we're dependent.
Of course.
So how can I show in Pakistan that I'm, you know, my hero is in the Matrix and all that, you know? So if I were to make Matrix in Pakistan, I'll make it very local and very this. And that's exactly what I did in Umroya. I made everything very local. At least what I tried.
No, that's the problem. He's absolutely right. I think with Bollywood, what happens is, and even I think to a certain extent here, in our films, we don't take inspiration from our own culture. We try to follow what the West is doing, right? I mean, अगर हॉरर फिल्म बना रहे हैं तो उसमें घर के अंदर किंग रिचर्ड की गोस्ट होगी, लेकिन कोई मतलब मुज्तबा नामी शख्स की गोस्ट नहीं हो सकती. And the way we talk and everything, so it's not relatable anymore for the audience. if it's not local.
And it's because of the exposure.
Yeah.
Look at the Korean films.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
they
unique genre.
focus on their culture and they use their language, no other language.
No, 100%. And Usman, I wanted to ask you, how do you sort of prepare for a role like this? Because aap, you know, there's no like for like. Aapne, I'm sure, is tarah science fiction Pakistan mein nahi hui, so it's very hard that you have done a lot of work in this sort of sort of space. And then also, मैं इस तरह सोच रहा हूँ ना कि you can't really look, or did you look at the Hollywood superheroes and see, yaar, can I take something from them and localize it? How does an actor prepare for something like this?
So for me, I mean, it was too late for not to watch those films because I've grown up reading comic books. I've been a huge DC fan, and I've read Umru Yar, Inspector Jamshed, Imran series. I was a very nerdy kid, you know, and but when I was offered Umru, how I perceived the character was that this is an origin story. You know, he's a professor and a teacher who studies science and who gives very logical explanations for a lot of things. You know, for example, if one day my cousin go like, "वो हमारे घर में एक कुर्सी गिर गई," you know, if somebody who believes in science, he'd be like, "यार हवा चली होगी, crosswind होगी, कुछ होगा." It can't. So he's the sort of person who will question everything through what he's learned, right? And then he's put in a situation which is completely against his beliefs, right? So there are a lot of questions. There's a lot of confusion that what is happening. You know, this entire film is about. This is an origin story where most of the times he's confused and has questions. Why me? What is happening? How? You know, all these things. So there was a lot of, that's how I perceived the character. And then Asfar was a, you know, I don't say a lot of sweet things to him, but it was a huge help throughout the process. And what I liked about his production.
He couldn't even, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe after saying that. And then there were long table reads that we did. And what I liked about the process of his way of making film was that he would make everybody sit on a table. We would read. And if we had any suggestions, the writer was there and we would just kind of do those right there. And then, like, we had like a lot of acting workshops, acting exercises. And then we were obviously doing stunts and...
Did you do any of your own stunts?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you get hurt?
Well, I mean, there were times where हम लोगों के रोज कोई ना कोई bruise तो होता था. There was not, but there was one scene that we were doing. That was me and Ali. It was in the middle of this Colosseum type place, and there's sand. So, firstly, fighting in sand is exhausting. And then we were doing something prior to that, so we were really tired that day. And then there was a one-on-one combat scene between me and Ali. And there came a point where we started connecting each other. We didn't care. Gums bleed kar rahe hain. We're hitting each other. And as soon as they'd say cut, we'd just go in the corner and just sit down. Because our backs would hurt, everything. And then action, then we'd do it. And it was cold, really cold.
Stuntman ka budget nahi tha? Why were the...
No, but it's good. It's good to do it on your own.
We had the stuntmen. We, in fact, brought them in 2 months prior. He suggested... Ian Van Tamperley, by the way, he was on Molla as well.
Yeah.
He was the one who suggested that, you know, it's difficult to... If I bring in the Goras, it's difficult to match the skin. So it would be best if we come in early and we rehearse with your actors, and then we make sure that they don't get hurt and all that. So he gave us a lot of confidence in that. He brought in 2 grips, like the head grip and the key grip, and they were also there as a backup, like if we needed any help in terms of stunt. They do that. In fact, one of them did a stunt, but that was not a replacement for any actor. There was the outpost scene in which there was someone who was getting hit by bullets. So we just had someone from our team do that for us. But other than that, everything was done by our actors. They were rehearsing for at least, I think, for a month. they had been.
That's really cool, वैसे.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the conditions actually which we had.
अच्छा, and
to-
all of them signed on?
everyone signed
Like
on.
Farhan
yes.
Tahir, Hamza Ali.
Everyone was. Farhan Tahir though obviously does stunt up in Hollywood, so
yeah.
he, in fact, we learned a lot from him as well, you know. And Usman
My only problem with stunts was heights.
He
I
has
have
height
a
phobia.
huge height phobia. Otherwise, I like ground. I love doing action. I unfortunately we don't do a lot of action here.
बिल्कुल.
But I love
This
action.
guy has been training. By the way, this is other than this film. It has nothing to do with Amroya or anything. He likes MMA and stuff like that.
Achha.
He's been in touch with Lumi as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know, when he punches, and our actors like there were some actors, some goons, who were like, you know, he was supposed to beat them up, and he was actually beating them up, and they came to me after each shot. Asfar bhai, please, yeah, Asfar bhai, he's actually punching me.
No, but I wasn't
and then
the only
he comes
one.
and
by
he
the-
says, Asfar, that's realism, man. Come on.
You're
not gonna get-
दाल तोड़ दिए.
No, there's by the way, I wasn't that bad. Slow.
Slow.
Injured a lot of people on set.
Salman actually
He
he
had
had
no-
the tomahawks. He was well, yes, thankfully they were fake. Well, he broke a few on people. You know, when he was performing, he was like, yeah, full on Jalal mein aaya, man.
Yeah.
But no, they were like, nobody was like that hurt. Nobody went
Yeah.
to, you know.
हाँ,
like
नहीं,
the-
उस तरीके से कुछ
कोई
नहीं
the
हुआ था।
hospital वाला कुछ scene नहीं था, शुक्र है. But I did a small, I remember a very like a while back. It's been like years actually. There was a short film that I worked on with Ahmed Ali Akbar. And there was Qazi Jabbar, there was another actor who was in Saya. I did that short film with them, and there was a lot of fight in that. And Ahmed actually got hit during
Achha.
the shooting in the nose, and he like the way he was bleeding. Then that was a big
Did he
lesson.
break his
for-
nose? Yeah.
No, he did not. It was like, say we took him to the hospital there and then, but you know he was okay. But that was one lesson that, you know, that's the reason why we had this condition that we, no matter what, we have to have this rehearsal time.
Yeah.
In fact, he keeps telling everyone about the rehearsals ke dauran bhi jo chotein lagi. Even Sanam
Yeah.
Saeed
Sanam
actually
Saeed actually
hit
ended up injuring
someone. But that happens. It's an action movie.
Yeah, I mean, and
These
there's
things
a very thin line between connecting and just
Yeah, grazing.
yeah. So sometimes you kind of go wrong, and especially when you're tired, you
Yeah.
kind of so. But again, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it. I love and most of us, like I speak for Ali, I speak for Salman, I speak for most, like Farhan bhai, everybody really enjoyed
there is
action.
one clip I wish I could release that. Maybe we should release that. There's this one
BTS? Yeah, you should do it.
It is like we've used one chunk of it in the film. There's like, it's an epic battle, and Usman, we have everybody fighting each other and all that. So obviously Usman is on the Amar side, the good side, and he's playing Amar. He's everybody's supposed to hit someone. Okay. So Amar is like, you know, everybody's doing freestyle as well.
Yeah.
That take was freestyle.
Achha, bas.
But everybody knew, okay, I'm coming after you, you're coming after me, and after that I will go after that guy. Ye sab planned tha, but you know, bas
Free flowing chal raha
tha. And those were just to get the B rolls. कि okay, हमारे पास कुछ एक motion वाली चीज़ आ रहा है. So उसमें clip में ना Usman Mukhtar comes in and I'm like, what's wrong with him?
There was nobody I could find.
He's screaming at the top of his lungs, and I'm like, okay, cut. इससे पहले के actual पड्डे होना शुरू हो जाए.
There's nobody I could find.
So ये बड़ा involved होता है, action sequences बड़े मजे के action करता है.
कोई
And,
ऐसा
you know,
था जो एक्शन से थोड़ा सा कहता था कि यार, you know, pulls his punches a little, क्या थोड़ा सा, you know, didn't want to be.
I think everybody wanted to hit someone.
I don't think there was. I think everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, everybody enjoyed it.
Salman, like you know, he injured a few people on set. But everybody did.
That was very risky, by the way. वो हो सकता था
Yeah.
खतरनाक, that one. And even he didn't realize that what he, you know, could have done. But
Yeah.
अच्छा, I wanted to ask you guys about, एक तो ये है, obviously, I don't know if you can confirm this or not, but the rumors are this.
end में सब मर जाते हैं.
मूवी का मैं पूछी, मूवी के भी मेरे सवाल है, लेकिन ये एक्चुअली बजट रिलेटेड सवाल है कि अपेरेंटली दिस इज द बिगेस्ट बजट, 70-80 करोड़ रुपए लगे हैं इस मूवी पे.
I don't have the exact number because that's with the producers, obviously, उनकी finance team के साथ है, but I can tell you this is the highest budget movie because we did everything that any other big budget movie has done in Pakistan, plus we've done the VFX as well in Pakistan. All of it in Pakistan, locally. And at 4K, at international standards. So that costs a lot.
And आपने VFX पे पहले भी काम किया है. I believe I was reading in your profile, like with big companies like Nike, BlackBerry, etc. How good is the VFX in this film? And also ये पाकिस्तान में अगर आप लोगों ने किया है, just out of curiosity, पहले क्यों नहीं कभी पाकिस्तान में लोग करते थे? क्योंकि जितना मुझे सुनने में आता है एडवर्टाइजिंग वर्ल्ड में, even in the film making world, a lot of times you go abroad, आप थाईलैंड चले जाते हैं, कहीं चले जाते हैं और वहाँ पे शूट करते हैं.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'll say it, and if you don't like it, you can ask them to cut it.
Okay.
So
Cut it.
there was so we shot the film, and after that, everything got done, and then I went and I had a couple of other projects, and I would constantly keep bugging Asfar. What's the update? What's the update? What's the update? Because everybody was really excited. So I went to shoot this other movie. It was called Chikkar, and we're at the shoot, and I call him one day. And like, dude, there are issues. There's some issues happening with the VFX and everything, and we're thinking of shelving the film. And I just sat down, and I'm like, what? And he was really down. And I've very rarely seen him that down. And I knew that there was something up. So we're just sitting, and 2 days later, he's pumped up, and he's like, we're gonna do VFX in Pakistan. And I'm like, how? They're like, I have a plan.
I have no idea, but we are going to do it.
and that point, I was like, chalo, good. I mean, he sounds pumped. I had no idea the VFX would be this good. I've seen some of the scenes.
You haven't seen the full film yet?
No. I have.
He has seen the non-VFX.
Yeah, non-VFX cut. That was
The
a
edit,
rough cut with demo sound and wires showing and all of that. And some of the VFX shots that I've seen, if you replace them with any DC or Marvel film, like you just
he hasn't
replace
seen
that
the film put together,
Yeah.
but he has seen a lot of
course.
shots
No,
which
even the
nobody has
trailer,
seen.
the VFX
He has
is
actually
incredible.
seen the most
Yeah.
of all the cast. members.
So, that there's some the very good, and I was like,
And if like the production now is the capability here, ऐसे हो सकता है कि अगर मिसाल के तौर पे और sci-fi या सुपर हीरो फिल्म्स बन रही हो तो वो सब पाकिस्तान में बन सकती हैं.
Look, we have done like everything that we could do for this film. None of that was available in Pakistan. We kind of made it possible, and we got that team ready under one roof in Islamabad called Jubilant Studios. They're ready to take on work, any kind of work, any kind of challenge. In fact, they're the ones who say this to me. What you made us do, is ke baad, this like, give us anything.
and I think now it's easier because at the time it was
easier.
short.
We were
it was
actually
in that.
experimenting.
It was in that period. There was a bridge period where AI wasn't introduced.
Yeah.
And the live production. Those domes and the screens weren't there. Mandalorian was experimenting with those at the time with Unreal Engine and everything. Now it's much easier.
If I were to do all that VFX again, it would have been easy, very easy now.
And do you think, just trying to understand, like there's a lot of countries, one of our agencies offices in Romania, they do a lot of outsource work, Hollywood films के लिए, slightly lower budget ones, they go to Eastern Europe, and they go all over the world. Thailand, for example, हमने अभी बात कर रहे थे. क्या far-fetched idea है, लेकिन ये हो सकता है because हमारी cost effectiveness काफी high होगी compared to, I know this is the biggest box office film, लेकिन पाकिस्तान is obviously cheaper than other countries. इंडिया भी एक ज़माने में ये करता था कि कुछ scenes outsource करके पाकिस्तान में बन रहे हों. Could we start doing that for international cinema? Do you think?
We can. We do that. In fact, a lot of studios started like that. In fact, I was part of a studio which did that back in the day, like 2005-6 time.
And can we grow on that? Do you think that could that help grow which is my next part of the conversation?
It does, but I'll tell you what happens. The biggest problem is that if you rely on only Hollywood, let's say, then if they go on a strike or anything like they did recently, like, the actors went on a strike, there was no work out in the market for any studio. In fact, back in 2008, there was a recession, world recession, okay? There was a film called Life of Pi. You remember that?
Yeah.
Rhythm and Hues was the VFX studio who made that tiger, and it was such an amazing VFX. That studio got shut down. It won the best VFX Oscar,
I remember. Yeah.
and the studio got shut down. Why? Because of the recession. Because they didn't have money. So they do end up sending work abroad, like outsource it to India, Philippines, China, even for that matter. What we need to do is, if anybody has a studio like this, we need to cater to all the markets, like even China or
Bilkul. Korea.
or Australian market or Korea for that matter. They all do VFX stuff. Turkish cinema now, and in fact their OTT platform, that famous series that came to us was like, if you look at the first episode versus you look at the last one, they have like grown so much in their VFX department, I'm saying. So yes, definitely that's something that we can do, but we are we can definitely do that, but we are focused on giving a lift to our Pakistani movies in the VFX department, and that studio is ready.
और मेरा अगला सवाल यही था कि, and this is from both of you, what is wrong with Pakistani cinema? As in, so we get this big movie, and then we get a series of smaller films, लेकिन वो एक consistent drive नहीं है. फिल्में भी कम बन रही हैं, cinemas भी कम हैं. चिकन एंड एग वाला मसला है. सिनेमा ओनर्स कहते हैं कि हम दिखाएं क्या, क्योंकि बॉलीवुड की फिल्म्स बंद की हुई हैं, और एक सॉर्ट ऑफ साइकिल में हम फंसे हुए हैं. बहुत सारी डिफरेंट मैंने थीरियाँ सुनी हैं ऑन वाई हम OTTs पे ज़्यादा नहीं हैं. You guys are in the industry. आप लोग तो you live it and you breathe it. What needs to happen? Is it government intervention? Is it some sort of is it just better quality films? What needs to happen for it to change?
Yeah, there are a few things wrong. I don't know if Asur would agree. एक, हमें producers चाहिए, finances नहीं चाहिए फिल्म बनाने के लिए. There's a big difference.
What is the difference? Could you clarify?
The difference is the financer comes in and he wants to, or they want to call their own shots. They would do anything to make money off the film. Producers are the people who come in and they do it for the craft, and they believe that if a film is good, it's going to do well. You shouldn't run after the money, you should run after making a good product, and then people will watch it. सही है. दूसरी चीज़, हमारे डायरेक्टर्स और प्रोड्यूसर्स को एक चीज़ से बाहर निकलना है. ये फिल्म ब्राइट होनी चाहिए. सिनेमा इज़ नॉट ब्राइट. आपको फिल्म स्कूल में गॉडफादर की लाइटिंग पढ़ाते हैं, उसमें जितना शैडो यूज़ हुआ है, वो मेरे ख्याल से हम लोग कहते हैं कि हमने हॉलीवुड जैसी फिल्म बनानी है, लेकिन हमने वो जो जिस तरह अपनी फिल्म को शूट करते हैं, हम वैसे शूट नहीं करना चाहते. हमने हर चीज़ को केक बनाना होता है.
Is that because most of the people are coming from the advertising industry?
No, we're influenced by our neighbors. And उसमें बहुत रंग होता है, बहुत. But again, the problem is that आप हर जॉनरा के मुताबिक अपनी फिल्म को शूट करें. हर चीज़ में आप ब्राइट कलर मत डालें. Third is storytelling. हम पहला हाफ इस फिल्म का, दूसरा हाफ इस फिल्म का करके करेंगे तो you're not going to make good films. And you need to understand how to tell a story.
Do you think that comes from script writing being weak, or it comes from just an overall? क्योंकि एक spade ये भी था कि बहुत अरसा cinemas बंद थे, filmmakers didn't. You guys lived that era, तो आप तो मुझसे बेहतर जानते हैं कि प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं थे. अभी हम ऑफ एयर भी डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि वॉल्यूम की भी तो बात है ना. अगर आप 1000 फिल्में बनाएंगे तो then you'll make a Godfather. If you're making 10 फिल्में in a year, तो the statistical probability reduces.
But then my question is, why is it that even when we're not making that many films, we still make a good film once in a while? Why is it that we made Lal Kabutar? Why is it that we made Cake? Why is it that we made Maula Jat? Why? मतलब हमें प्रैक्टिस तो है नहीं, तो फिर हमने कैसे बना ली? Maybe less intervention from the financiers or the producers, maybe more creative freedom to the director. Maybe director भी वो hire किया जिनको आता है शायद काम. I don't know. Again.
No, that's a fair point.
No, I think there's we don't, like I said before, we don't have an industry yet. We calling it an industry. There is no industry. There is no infrastructure here. You need a lot of things that work together to make it, and to even call it an industry. So, and to do that, you need a lot of people working together, not working against each other. So, and a film is a form of art, and art is subjective. So, I personally think, I totally agree with what Usman is saying, and I personally think we need more and more filmmakers, more and more films out there, and they should be like the director's visions, which definitely need to make some money, because otherwise, that's also filmmaking is also a business. So when the producer is talking about money and whether it should make money or not and all that, it makes sense what they are saying. It's just that they need to come to a common understanding, a mutual understanding, and that requires some time. And that time is this time. This is how it goes, basically. So we had a very prolonged dip, in the cinema. Like back in the 80s, 90s, there was no, we had cinema, but that was like the regional cinema that we still have, by the way. But the mainstream cinema was dead. And so to revive that, you just don't rely on a couple of films. You need back-to-back thousands of films. That's what our neighbors are doing. That's what everybody else in the world is doing. It's part of our culture, and they promote their culture through literature. They use literature. One thing that I think will definitely help filmmakers is, if they rely on actual literature, the actual content which has been written, maybe recently even. But if it is considered good literature, you should base your film on that, rather than writing everything on your own and calling it good literature. It's not literature. So it's something जो कि everybody अपना एक डेढ़ की मस्जिद बनाएगा तो.
And मेरा सवाल ये था, should we try and differentiate from Bollywood? You know how sometimes if you're different, it'll stand out better. Mola Jat was a little different. This film is different, or it seems different, right? It's not your typical. जब मैं रोम कॉम देख रहा हूँ जो मैंने बॉलीवुड के मेगा बजट पे देखी हुई है, शॉट अक्रॉस आई डोंट नो ऑल ऑफ यूरोप, फिर मैं देख रहा हूँ नो वंस फॉल्ट, लेकिन उसके एप्पल टू एप्पल कंपैरिजन तो हम करेंगे ना, हम क्या कर सकते हैं. डू यू थिंक वन ऑफ द कीज कुड बी लाइक हाउ कोरियन सिनेमा इज जस्ट सो डिफरेंट दैट इट्स इंट्रीगिंग, राइट? इट्स जस्ट
देखिए, योर फिल्म्स विल बी डिफरेंट इफ यू फोकस ऑन योर कल्चर. That's all you need. I mean, in all my films, I've tried to keep it very local. That's all. That's what I've tried doing. Right? And whether I was successful in that or not, people will tell. But in this film especially, I've tried to keep it, keeping it very local. That's what Koreans do. They keep it very local. They talk about their issues. They talk about their problems. They don't compare themselves to others outside, and then they win Oscars based on that. So I personally think if we just focus on our culture and we do not look at it with a थोड़ा सा derogatory अंदाज में ना देखें कि यार we very बहुत ज़्यादा influence हो गए हैं from other people around us and forgetting our own identity. कि अगर मैंने ये कह दिया तो that's like, अगर ये वाली चीज़ें करते रहेंगे तो फिर तो यार हमारी पहचान ख़त्म हो जाएगी. And it's not about patriotism. I'm not about patriotism or anything. I'm talking about your region's history. And you need to make sure that you keep it alive. And that is like film is the best medium to do that. Everybody loves that.
And film is a great medium, and that actually takes me to my next question, and this is for you, Usman. When it comes to actors, right? एक medium तो obviously film है, एक और medium है theater. And when I was a kid, I was growing up to Shah Sharabil ज़माने में होता था, used to do all these Phantom of the Opera, and most of the actors that we know now, Hamza Ali Abbasi, you, Usman, Khalid, but so many of them, Ahmed Ali Akbar, they came out of that scene. It was very vibrant. It was very cool. I remember Chandelier टूट रहा है in Phantom of the Opera, या जो भी हो रहा है, different Moulin Rouge, etc. फिर वो I don't know जो भी security situation बुरी हुई खत्म हो गया जैसा भी है. Then certain bits came back. But do you think that brought out a lot of actors? Because from what I can tell, if you look at now जो आपके stars हैं in big films, most of them came from that that theater scene. I could be wrong, but what do you think about that?
Absolutely. I think anybody who asks me now, what would you suggest young actors? I'm like, do theater. Theater is the best school for an actor. Unfortunately, theater does not pay your bills. when you're growing up, you do theater, you're learning, right? And I'm still open to doing good theater, but there's no theater happening in Islamabad. So I definitely feel that theater has really helped a lot of Islamabadi actors to kind of take this seriously. But unfortunately, it died down because support nahi thi. अब एक theater actor, theater director, theater production company cannot even afford the rents of auditoriums now. It's too expensive. So, but yes, most of them, Ahmed and I, we did our first theater play together. Obi, Usman, Khalid Bhatt.
Even singers came out of it. Atif Aslam, I remember, started on the first Phantom. Uzair Jaswal.
Yeah.
So many, great kinds of talents
Yeah.
are coming out of it. Acha, I have a question. Actually, Danish in my team, this he kept asking me this. Zambil, will it be in the film? Will it not be in the film?
So I didn't use the क्या कहते हैं, the old Zambil with Amar. Amar has a very unique power. That's what makes him a Zambil himself. So I'm going to tell this. A lot of people think that this is like telling too much, but this is an important part of,
Oh, I didn't know we could tell this.
Yeah, this is the second time you're saying that. So
Good content.
this is important because you already know what Spider-Man does. You know his powers. You still go and watch his movies because he's obviously a big star. But the thing is, if you don't know what you're gonna get, there's like no excitement of any sort for that. So Amar is a scientist, and he believes in discovering this energy. He believes that he can see energy in its truest form. That's what he believes in as a protagonist in his status quo. But then something happens to him. What is that? That is something that I'm not going to reveal. But he has this power. He attains this power of absorbing matter into energy form and storing it inside of him.
Amar is a Zambil himself.
So he himself,
Mic drop.
that's E is equal to MC square, right? So that's the science that we're using.
Mic drop moment.
And so he uses it to his advantage. How is what you will get to see in the film. But
no, they're very, very, very. Now they're very cool scenes. Like, I mean, I don't know if you've used them because
no, I have used them.
They're. Can I say one like?
As long as it's not.
Now we're talking about powers.
End
so
में
we
जो
can
तुम
tell.
मर जाते हो वो मत बताना.
नहीं. There are moments where there's like there's fight sequences and somebody has a weapon in their hand and go like zoop and I'm like just doos. It's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, I didn't know we could tell this. Otherwise, I would mint this.
No. We need to tell this. We need to tell Lakka's powers as well. We talk about Lakka all the time. Lakka is someone जो कि इतना local है कि मतलब I think anybody can relate to him more than anyone else in the film because he has his powers of controlling demons and that's something that people actually do in the world as well. हमारे region में तो बड़ा belief है जिन्नात के ऊपर एक काबू करके और वो so he is that character and he is obviously also, by the way, Lakka is not just a random name. He's also coming from Tilisme Hoshruba. So he's also connected in that regard. And uski journey bhi is not just a random journey. But we're not going to get into that. That is something जो कि film के अंदर.
ठीक है, this is fun stuff. अच्छा, मैं आपको लोगों के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा और टाइम नहीं लूँगा. I just have last couple of questions. पहला क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि considering, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, a lot of superhero movies recently have not done well. I'm talking globally now. MCU, Universe, DC, etc. तो एक sort of कह लें superhero slowdown आया है. Why did you think this was the right time to get into, there was a time when it was at its peak and it was flying, and then it sort of slowed down over the last couple of years. Why do you think this was a good time to get into it now?
Well, पाकिस्तान के लिए तो कोई टाइम था ही नहीं ना because we never had a superhero. So हमारे
you
तो
think
उस वक्त होता हाँ उस वक्त शायद आइडिया नहीं आया था.
Yeah, no, also I feel like वही बात है कि हमारे पास तो एक ही जॉनरा की फिल्में बन रही थी ना, rom-com. उसमें से हम निकले ही नहीं.
So this is a completely new thing.
So
This
it's
is
a completely new thing
completely
for
new
us.
thing.
Like,
This is a very
and it's a very proud moment for
a
all
very proud
Pakistanis.
moment, a very bold step from our producers as well.
Yeah, it's very bold.
From
Like-
everybody who's been part of this film. Everybody was like equally, taking a very bold step towards this, because everybody who took part in this was actually someone who believed in this.
बिल्कुल.
That's why they were there in the first place. आप ये जितने भी एक्टर्स हैं, बाय द वे, ये सब बहुत सवाल करने वाले लोग हैं. ये ऐसे नहीं, ये भी ऐसे ही नहीं चुप बैठता है. क्वेश्चन क्यों? फरहान ताहिर, आप सोचे फरहान ताहिर वाज द फर्स्ट वन आई
Was that
कॉल, एंड
also-
जब मैंने उनसे हाँ सुनी ना, दैट वाज वेयर
Was that little daunting because he's been in what kick-started,
Sir,
Marvel,
was.
right?
आपको
was-
लगता है daunting? I'm up again. I have a scene with Farhan Tahir, and I have to hit him. That was the worst moment of my acting career because I couldn't. I was so nervous in front of him that I couldn't. And he's like, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I can't hit you."
बट आई थिंक उससे भी ज़्यादा वर्स्ट था इसका. वो you want me to tell?
Yeah, please.
You
Please.
sure?
Yes.
Well, there was
Thanks.
there's this scene in which obviously he's supposed to मैं सिचुएशन नहीं बताऊंगा, but वो सिर्फ confrontation इनकी आपस की एक है, and ये भाई जो हैं was so involved in that moment because of Farhan Tahir saying those lines to him that he just
Forgot my lines. yeah, that's happened.
and then I was like, and then we had to ask him to please. ऊपर से he was supposed to do something. I'm not gonna say
What it
what.
was,
There was an action that he was supposed to do, which he just couldn't because of Farhan. And then we had to give him time. Like at least 5-10 minutes alone.
With
So
Farhan
that he
Tahir, just by
and I
himself?
requested Farhan bhai ke please just. So he was cool with it.
That-
He's like, no, I understand. That's
That scene is so cool.
that is an intense scene as well. But again, the thing is, when I called, I had him on Zoom, I think, and it was very.
Did you know him before?
I knew him. No, not directly.
Ah.
But I had like Yavar, our line producer, actually. I heard a lot about him through him because they worked together on some project before
Okay.
that. There's an MMA film that actually Farhan bhai produced as well. So because of that, actually, I heard about him. But when I was actually pitching the idea to him that I want you to play Lakka and everything, so I was like shit scared. Okay, first thing was obviously he's gonna say no.
Yeah.
Obviously, who am I? And he's like Hollywood artist and everything. So, but when he said yes. That gave me confidence in my product. Even I was confident, but not that confident. But as
Did
soon
you
as
say yes
he-
instantly, or did you need to convince him a bit?
No, I was like, I just said, I started narrating the story, and then halfway he said, first of all, I started introducing myself. So I am Asfar. I know everything about you, Asfar. I've done my homework. You talk about the film. I go, okay. तो वो एक तो मेरी स्क्रिप्ट खराब हो गई. So I had planned पूरी speech ना.
Pre-planned,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
मैंने जब उनको I started telling him the story, so he halfway he was like, this is interesting. I'm sold. I think let's just discuss the other aspects of the character, like what do you what is he wearing, what is the look about, going to be like and everything. In fact, he has mustache
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
so
film ना, तो वो जो fanboy moment था उसमें you won't believe, बाहर एक fanboy moment मैंने ये भी देखा कि they were discussing the mustache. Wow, what mustache? क्या mustache है यार?
And according to Farhan bhai, he goes like, as soon as वो उनकी भी मेरे वाली story है, as soon as Asfar told me that उम्रो यार पे काम हो रहा है, he like, I was sold. मुझे बस अपना वो रखना था उनके सामने कि I'm thinking about it.
No, he was a big confidence booster, and then obviously after that it was मैं जो बात आपको कर रहा था कि they all ask questions. सनम सईद, तो आपकी सोच है वो आपको ऐसी जाने दें किसी चीज़ के ऊपर,
She's a
तो वो तो छोड़ेंगे नहीं अगर आपने कोई गलती कर दिया हो, तो वो उनको जवाब देना है. और सो इन सब चीज़ों के बावजूद if they are part of this, that clearly shows that they believed in this product. And that's why I think this was meant to happen, and I think this is the right move at our part, as well as in terms of Pakistani cinema. It's about time we need our own superhero genre sci-fi film.
100%. And I hope it's a success. Just one last question, then I'll let you guys go. I know आप लोग काफी busy हैं आजकल. You said you grew up to a lot of DC and Marvel. Favorite superhero?
Superman, there's no question.
Okay. Favorite superhero movie?
Well, it's very tough, but I would say in recent times, Batman versus Superman is number one. Contrary to what people say, I love the director's cut. It is the most comic book accurate movie that I've seen.
Acha.
Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I like, and again, I'm a DC fan, but I loved Endgame. And I also
Like
liked.
most of the big ones. Dark Knight is something maybe not
I'm
a
a
fan.
big fan. It's a
Acha,
very controversial,
interesting,
I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan,
Okay.
and my two favorite films of Christopher Nolan are Insomnia and Interstellar. And I'm also a DC fan, but I just think he did a very good job with the film. But so a lot of people who relate to the Dark Knight trilogy are the
No.
people who haven't read the comics, right? So his version was very interesting, but it wasn't comic book accurate. And even at the end, when Joseph Gordon, you reveal that he's Robin, his name is Blake. There's no Blake Robin in the entire
Fair
वो
enough.
the four, but there's no Blake, right? So उस तरह की चीजें were a bit वो, but I still like the series. I still like the trilogy. I watch it, and one of my favorite characters in the film is Heath Ledger. The way he portrayed Joker is amazing.
And what about you? Favorite superhero?
I think it's been Batman and Spider-Man all along.
And favorite superhero movie? Other than the one you just made, of course.
I actually am not.
Unless it's your own.
No.
That's also an outfit.
No, honestly, I'm not that big fan of superhero movies.
Acha.
Frankly, I like the comics more than
Acha.
the movies because, honestly, they're like everybody has his own take on that. Sorry. तोड़ा नहीं आपने यानी हर एक अपनी एक subjective एक approach है जिस तरह he's talking about Nolan's films he has that's his take on Batman, right, and a very realistic approach. And then abhi recently जो आई है that's like apparently I've heard very
Which one? The Batman?
James Gunn one.
Superman.
No,
No,
Batman.
Batman
like,
की
came out with.
मैंने सुना है वो भी कोई
हाँ, that's Matt Reeves.
that was like very
That was
true to
again. I thought that film was Matt Reeves trying to make Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight and failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like that's my take on that.
I wasn't a fan of that one. But I mean.
But
everyone's
honestly, if you talk about Umro Yaar, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear Umro Yaar is not superhero. I don't look at it as a superhero film alone. I look at it as if you look at the content that we're discussing in that film, we're talking about something way bigger than just a superhero. We're talking about a very strong message. We're giving a very strong message in the film. So it's not just a superhero genre. It's a superhero genre film, yes. But it's not just a superhero film. And that's what I think will set us apart from other superhero films from the region even. And that is that everyone has this, power inside of you, and if you discover it, you become a superhero. That's something that we strongly believe in as normal humans, not like superheroes. But हमने उसको एक लिबादा दिया हुआ है एक उम्रो यार का and उसका. So I personally think that there's more to it than just a superhero.
अब आपने कह दिया, तो I have to ask you the next question that just logically makes sense. Are you looking at this as a universe?
Oh, we are also asking him the same thing.
Yeah, with, you could use characters from our different mythology, जो Pakistan, India, इस region की है, and make this a whole world.
Look,
like you just said, it's not superhero.
When I came up with the idea, I did not come up with one like small story. I came up with a big lore. It could be anything, but really depends on the audience. If they come and watch the movie and make it a super hit, only then the producers is gonna be like,
But there's,
okay, yeah, come on.
There's some really interesting stuff. I don't know if I can say this, but there's some like Easter eggs where
they're especially in form of there are very like strong Easter eggs. Actually,
you do see I can only say that. I mean, you can ask them to cut it if, but you will see the Thanos of the Umruverse in there somewhere where you wouldn't realize who he is. But Asfar's kind of given that Easter egg. Yeah.
And inshallah, knock on wood, the movie does really well. Are there already talks of? How many movies is he in? And how long? Have you guys thought of a sequel already? Is it in the works?
It's not in the works yet, and on paper it was already actually. Okay. Like I said, it's not just one story. I had like for this specific character and this present time lore that I've created. There is again a complete trilogy ready in my head and on paper. What we don't have is a guarantee that the audience is gonna like it.
So if we like it, we're in for a trilogy. Usman, you're also signed up.
And you'll probably see Amar like in its full form.
This is just a glimpse. This is just a test.
Yeah.
We're just testing the waters, and then if let's say this does well, then we're gonna go all the way to Koika for sure. All in Koika.
And you'll meet Afrasiab.
And you'll meet Afrasiab.
Sounds good. We look forward to it.
I geek out every time you forget, right? You forget who you're playing in the film, right? So as soon as that realization aati hai, you start geeking out, So that is, I apologize for...
No, perfect. We look forward to it. You guys should all go to the cinema and watch the movie so that we get to watch the full trilogy. Thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. Aap logon ne time nikala, especially right before your film launching. So we wish you all the best.
It was a pleasure for me because I got to sit with the director who has rarely shown his face during the promotions. So it was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for us.
The pleasure was mine.
Yeah, both of you on the show.
The pleasure was mine that I came here.
Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed our content, please do subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you for the next podcast.